Good morning, folks. So don't mind the mess. A lot of this stuff is still ripped apart. That thing pops right off. Alright, now we just have to turn on the monitor here. So, old Insight. It works. We've already checked it, so actually sounds pretty good. So just for the time being, I'm gonna get water in it. I don't know if you can see him. Yep, getting that poo spread. Just for the time being, we're gonna get 100 gallons thrown in it. We're actually gonna spread it out down there so we can start assembling nozzle bodies, but as I said, first I want to see if it sprays, so, or if it works. And then we're gonna clean this thing out. I go to push for the clutch and I forget that there's one in here. It's messing me up because it has a tractor cab and Amazon's here. Alright, good thing I got out because that inductor tank was not in its seated position. Autopilot liability. Another one. Okay. And I think, yeah, there's the run screen. So those are my applied, my rate and then applied. Now where? I'm gonna have to put the card in. I haven't put the card in here yet. I took it out because I wanted to empty it off because they had a bunch of stuff from the previous owner in there. Got the card. I think I gotta shut this off first. So before we go any further in this video, I'm just gonna say I'm sorry if it seems like I'm going all over the place here. I'm all over the place. Or in other words, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, because that's what I'm doing. So I'm sorry. It gets hard for even me to follow along with what I'm doing. So and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think I got it in now. There we go. Now we're firing up. This all looks different now. Perfect. Preparing system. Did that on a Mac, so hopefully I didn't ruin anything. I just wanted to take all the farm data off of that from the other guy. So we got water going in. I ended up taking and I threw a little bit of water in there just to see where it drained from, and there were two plugs on the bottom of the pump, so I had to do that. One of them, we had to re-tap the hole. I couldn't find the one plug that had to get tapped, and then the other one I took it out and it was junk, so put in new plugs. And now I'm putting water in, so that tank definitely needs a deep clean. Alright, so it's the next day. So my frustrations got to me yesterday because we were trying to figure this out, and I was getting angry, and I put the camera down and I'm sure you all know how it goes, but right now I'm putting nozzle bodies on. Some of these nozzle bodies, they have the end caps for them, and there's a little red orifice in there, and half of them were missing. Half of them were missing orifices, so we're gonna have to get some more of those. The caps are all good, or the gaps are all the same. They don't have those orifices in there, and I believe that we need those. So then we got 100 feet of 1-inch hose. Got another roll over in the shop there. So all these hoses all the way down the boom are gonna get changed. This one will stay along with that other one. This is a wired mesh one that's just a little bit stronger for the folding on the boom side here. So all this 1-inch hose is all gonna get replaced, and it's almost tempting to replace this one too, but that would be expensive. It was, well, at least for the one roll. They got the other roll because the one store I went to didn't have the rest, and it was $118. So all right, I got sidetracked again. So I'm hoping that we have all these caps here. Which I'm gonna check on right now. So there's been stuff that's been missing. The plug for the bottom of the pump was gone, or wasn't here. And then what else? I'm thinking all these little caps here for the end of the stainless steel tubing for that holds the nozzle bodies. I'm thinking all the end caps aren't here. I'm thinking we're missing 2, if I counted right, but maybe we're not. Then yeah, so I think our problem that we've been having here, so we couldn't get it to do anything yesterday with the agitation wise and all that, and there's just a little bit of agitation inside the tank. So I'm gonna try putting all this stuff together and getting pressure and seeing if that does it. If not, then we either got another issue or I am not doing something right. So which it's probably me not doing something right. Like I say, this is our first time with something to this magnitude, and this is my first time being around spraying. So I've been studying up on it, but you know, just not enough, evidently. I read the book, but that was, you know, a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, and most days I don't remember what I have for breakfast, so, which is usually nothing, but some days I do. Actually, I've been doing that quite a bit here lately. No, but my memory is junk, so I gotta write stuff down or I forget everything. So I have a whole list of video ideas in my phone. Then I set it to a reminder, like, hey, you should try this, you know, at this time or whatever, and then I like going off on rants just like I did now. So, but yeah, putting all these on quick, and then I'm gonna assemble the rest of the nozzle bodies and see what happens there. Alright, so it's actually not the next day, but it's the day after. It is currently Thursday today. The something or other. I don't even know what day it is. It's like the 13th, I think. Yeah, it's Thursday the 13th. So, as you can see, this is not our planter. And no, it's not our old one either. This is a friend of ours. We're rebuilding it. Yeah, so we put trash whippers on it with clean sweep. So we put Yetter row cleaners with the Precision Planting clean sweep. Those are used, but we're assembling them all for them. It actually came off a case planter. See the brackets for that. Putting all new opening discs. We replaced his old Keaton seed farmers with these new ones that we actually have for our planter. So they're these snap-in ones. So the reason that is loose because that seed tube, the pins out of it, because Dad has to get a couple more for this. What else do we all do? I had to replace these two parallel arms, the bottoms here. So, and then new gauge wheel pins, or gauge wheel arm pins, or whatever you want to call those. I think we're gonna have to get new scrapers, which I have to call him. He's doing a parts run right now down to Johnson Tractor. So have to new drive bar. I think the two middle ones are going to be new, and then all the new roll clutch bearings, or not roll clutches, but the drive bearings, these bearings right here, have to get changed. Those, we'll have to fold that up so we can take the drive bars out or whatever. So yeah, and then there's some other miscellaneous work that has to be done to it yet. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I just gotta go and run Jeremy a cooler full of stuff. He's actually out picking rock today. It's dry out. It really is. Just amazing how quickly stuff dries out when, well, it's 85 degrees right now. It's 85 degrees right now and freaking gorgeous outside, so absolutely love this stuff. So, well, maybe not quite 85, it's 82, but still, it's nice and warm out, enough to break a little sweat, and it's just, this sunshine is awesome. But I don't know, next week they're talking for pretty cold temperatures, so it's gonna kind of make me angry a little bit, but what do you do? So the hay is starting to green up. Half of that field's gonna get burnt down. He's gonna take a crop off of it first, but half of that field's gonna get burnt down, and then we're gonna take and plant that bottom piece in corn, and then he's gonna get another crop or two, or he's gonna get another year off of the top part yet, because it's still good alfalfa. He might even try to get 2 years depending. And these clean sweep cylinders, I have to take and flip them around, so that's what they're all like. And then these are what I'm trying to get so that's what they used to be like. This, I'm trying to get them now. I'm flipping them around so these fittings are on the top side. Otherwise we aren't able to get down to them from underneath, so to plumb them into the system. But yeah, I can't really get my fat fingers up into the top part there, so it's going really slow. So the interface on this is actually really nice. So devices are missing. That's me having to set up all of the seating and downforce and all the other stuff. So, and the V-drive connectors and the downforce, all the load sensors, everything, the SRM, everything has to be set up yet. Yeah, we got our LED lights that we're putting on there here, so I don't think a 24 row would really fit in this yard very easily. Well, it's as wide as the sprayers when those last wings are folded up, so it would fit in here. It'd just be the only spot we'd be able to fit it. So if we ever get a 24 row planter, most likely this farmyard would not be the main farmyard anymore, or that shed would be out of there. So I'd love to put up a shed like right there, connected to that barn, but we need a lot of fill in there to get it matched up to there. So yeah, always thinking in the future. So I'm curious on what kind of noises they got on here. System? Yeah, display. I was messing around with it before, but I kind of forgot. Yeah, I like that. Failure. We should put failure on here when Dad gets in here, like change up the sound to like, or even the alert, because I think this is every time it engages, so I'll just do this. Yeah, that would scare the shit out of him. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't see this part of the video. Just scare him. And I'll try to get it on video too. The other one had some pretty interesting ones that would startle somebody. Alright, that is shut down for the time being. I'll come back to that at a later point. That's where I was at too. And this is kind of where my break is. I've been working on this crap here for the last 4 hours, so it's time of the year, you know, when I'm bouncing off doing 5 different projects. So I actually only have 3 right now, so that's kind of nice. But where are we at here? So here are our lights. They were actually silver, and they just kind of sanded them down, and or chrome I should say, but he sanded them down and painted them black. I just look better. That planter has a black accent to it, so versus the red, or has a black accent to it with the red or whatever, it will look cleaner. So they were Amazon lights, so we'll see how long those last. But okay, I'm getting back to work. Alright, well, that could very well be our flasher problem. You got it unplugged, and they're on the button that you would hit, or the switch you would hit to turn the hazards on. On the hazard symbol, the light would always be lit up, so it should very well be our problem. So crossing our fingers that this works, because otherwise we're gonna throw our arms up.
Is that water back there, or?
Alright, so kind of finishing up the day here. Started draining hub oil here. So I took this over to our field a couple miles away here. Well, if you looked at it this way, it'd be half a mile away, but it's just driving around the block or whatever. But took this over, kind of ran the auto steer a little bit, messed around with the you know, running rows a little bit in some of the standing corn stalks over there, and running it with the booms out. Like I say, this is my first time spraying, and or this is going to be my first time spraying. So I'm taking this out to a field, and I'm just gonna run the field like I'm spraying, but I'm not. I need to get used to this a little bit more. So, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. This is starting to get really fun now. It's amazing. I look back at you know, how we were like even 5 years ago, and you know what we're doing now. It's amazing sometimes when you just sit there and kind of think about it a bit. But if you told me we were gonna have one of these, I probably would have laughed at you, but here it is. So I ain't over yet, so we're about to have a good year, so that's what I'm striving for. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep tuned, there's plenty more coming, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.